Okay, good evening. Hi, I'm Tony Williams. I am an AEM expert solution consultant here at Adobe, and I specialize in AEM forms. And today I'll be taking you through leveraging client libraries in AEM forms. After I finish this session, I will be passing along to my colleague, Varun Dua, to actually show you about AEM headless forms. All right, so today we'll be covering the benefits of using client libraries in AEM Adaptive Form. We'll go over development tools and approaches, and I'll have a demo on how you can leverage these client libraries in your adaptive forms. So just to kind of give you a recap of what client libraries are, also known as client libs. So they are a JavaScript and CSS files that are used in AEM sites and forms implementations. So it allows you to leverage third-party frameworks in an organized fashion, use third-party JavaScript libraries to extend the functionality, for instance, of your site's components, and also extend AEM forms functionality. And it also minimizes the number of client-side requests by concatenating the JavaScript and CSS into fewer requests. Okay. So why do we want to use client libs and adaptive forms? Outside of extending the functionality, with the release of AEM Forms Cloud Service, you can no longer actually directly put JavaScript into the Rules editor for security reasons. So one of the ways to actually get more functionality, leverage third-party libraries, is to actually extend your AEM Forms to use client libraries. Also, it gives you the ability, like I said before, to leverage third-party JavaScript libraries, and also it allows you to create reusable functions like for field validation, any type of advanced script manipulations, calculations, and modal windows, and also gives you the ability to create some really dynamic and interactive adaptive forms. So saying all of that, not to say that the forms editor still, rules editor will still get you about 80%, get you as much functionality as you need, but this using client libs is actually extends that functionality. The development approach traditionally with client libs is, here we have like 3 different columns, from the left being CRXD-Lite to the right being creating a Maven archetype project. So the left would be the easiest, and the far right would be the most difficult approach. So I would say you have a couple types of form developers. You have your AEM form developers that are used to, are more likened to front end developers, knowing JavaScript, CSS, used to using IDEs. And then you have your form authors, and those are the ones that are creating adaptive forms using the rules editor, the no code, and drag and drop environment. And so from developing client libs, that's more geared to your AEM forms developers. And, a lot of times I've seen them, use CRXD-Lite, which, because it's quick and easy, it doesn't require a Maven or an IDE. But that's something that I wouldn't recommend. It's not a best practice. It's also not available when you're using AEM Forms as a cloud service, and it doesn't provide a way to really debug or unit test your code. So it's kind of like just coding in a notepad. And then you have on your far end, when you have developers, more advanced developers will create like an AEM archetype or Maven project. And that requires, knowledge of Maven builds, configurations, and deployments. And if you're just trying to create a client library for
Uh,
an
Tony?
adaptive form, that's a little bit of an overkill. All right, so sorry about that, guys. All right, so just to pick up on that, your AEM developers would be more in this middle ground where they're actually, they know JavaScript, they know CSS, they're used to developing with IDEs. For those type of developers, I take like an intermediate approach, somewhere in between using CRXD-Lite and using a Maven archetype project. What I usually do is I use like an AM client generator, which is the node plugin and AM packager. And what that does is gives you the freedom to write your code in your IDE of choice, be it like Atom or Xcode or Visual Studio Code. It gives you all those benefits of an IDE that allow you to leverage, code completion, syntax correction, unit testing, and debugging. And it just makes it a lot easier to actually generate a client library and generate a deployable package. So with the AM client generator, it's a node plugin. This also is available in an AM Maven archetype project, but using it this way is kind of takes that complexity out. And what it does is allows you to write CSS and JavaScript, and it actually creates the configuration files for the JCR AM repository. The packager, the AM packager, is actually creates a deployable package that you can deploy in a package manager. One caveat is it does require Maven. It doesn't require you to have a Maven project. It just requires it to be installed in your environment. And also, this is an approach for local development. So if you're developing on an AEM cloud service local SDK, this is a great solution because you can just create that client lib, create that package, and deploy it. You can also take that package, and that could be part of a larger project that uses a front end, a full stack pipeline to deploy to your AM cloud service. So it still could be used as a AM cloud service deployment, but you can only deploy that package directly into your local environment. Okay. All right, so some resources here, and I believe we'll be able to share these out later, are just links to the client lib generator, the AM packager. We have an AM packager example project, and I'll be showing you that quickly. And also some of the links to the third-party client libraries that we'll go over in this presentation. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a demo. Once I finish the demo, I'm actually going to hand off to Varun. He's going to talk about the exciting topic of AM headless forms, and then we'll go into a joint Q&A together. Okay. All right. So can everybody still see my screen?
Yes, Tony.
Okay, perfect. All right. So here I am in Visual Studio Code. And I actually have an AM packager example project set up. All right. So here I actually have a source folder, and I have a AM forms util file. This is a JavaScript file with functions. The way AM forms rules editor leverages client lib is it's actually able to read the functions that you create in a JavaScript file. Under there, I have a third-party folder with my third-party JavaScript libraries here. And all you really have to do when you're actually setting up this project is it's a simple configuration. So we have a client lib config.js file. And what that does is, here we're defining where we want that client lib generated in that dist/client libs folder. And here in this libs nodes, we're defining our client lib. We're telling it that the JavaScript files are actually located in our source.js folder. Our CSS files are in our source as CSS folder. And we're defining the category for that client library. And we're also defining a dependency. So this dependency is actually defined here as a separate client library. And it's actually going to pull the files from the source, that third-party libs folder. And you can see I have the category there. You can see that I have a serialization format of XML. And what that does is creates the content.xml file that is necessary for the JCR repository. Okay. So since this is a node project, I'm actually going to do a build directly from this debug here. And it's just going to do an npm run build. And what's that going to do is that's actually going to generate that client lib and also create that package. Okay. Okay. All right. So it generated the client lib in my disk/client libs folder. So you can see here under this AEM Live folder, I have my AEM Forms util.js, and I have a content.xml file that is used by the JCR repository. You see where I have my categories defined here and the dependencies. That's the other client lib, and it's generated in a js.tx file that's used by the client library. And in the third-party lib, it's you can see the same word is generating this js.txt file. The packager part of this application is actually generating a zip file that allows us to deploy that to our package manager on our local SDK instance. Okay. All right. So for the sake of time, I've already deployed that package, and I'm actually going to go into my AEM environment. All right. So using that client library, what I did was create a loan calculator adaptive form. All right. So with this loan calculator, I can just type in a loan amount. And when I actually do that, it's going to generate this loan summary. So you can see all of this data that's coming here is coming from this loan.js third-party JavaScript library that I was using. It's a dynamic form in that if I were to actually decrease the amount of loan months here, you can see that decreasing. I can change the interest rate here, and you can see the interest is going to change there. And also, it gives you ability to actually show an amortization schedule. So if I select yes, you can see I have an amortization schedule here, and it's totally dynamic. If I change the months, you can see the number of months in that amortization schedule change. It's calculating the first payment date. That's actually using a Moment.js library to actually get the first day of the next month. One thing I actually want to do in this presentation is actually do a last payment date. So that last payment date would be 24, well, however many months is set in the loan months, 24 months after that amount of time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go into edit mode and show you how we actually added this into our adaptive form. So I went into the adaptive form container properties here, and you can see in my client library category, that is the category that I defined in Visual Studio Code. And just simply by deploying that package into the package manager and specifying that category name, that actually allows us to leverage those functions that we created in that client library. Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to go into the rules editor. So if I click here, you can see in this rules editor, this is out of the box. This is the no-code solution for AEM adaptive forms. You can see here I have my form objects here, and they follow the hierarchy of the field objects that I have in my adaptive form. Okay. So I'm actually going to go down to my loan summary field here, and we're kind of going to explore how that amortization and how that loan information is getting populated. So I'm going to select here, and I'm select edit so we can open up this this rule. So you'll see here we still have our form objects here, and also if I click to this tab, you can see functions. So out of the box AEM form, the rules editor has some functions like the sum and the max and the get current date. But you can see I have some other functions that were defined in that client library. Alert box functions, date is after functions, and then you see I have a get loan summary function. That's the function that's actually doing populating that amortization schedule and taking the loan amount, the month, and interest rate, and determining what the payments are and interest. So in this particular function, you can actually see that if I go back to this form object and I click on this field loan amount, you can see this highlights. So basically it's taking the input from loan amount and passing it on into that function. Same thing with the months, same thing with the interest rate. To populate the dynamic table, to create that amortization schedule, What I'm doing here is actually getting the SOM expression of this long row. I'm doing that because that allows me to actually use this function on any repeatable table or repeatable subform, as long as the fields that are defined within it are the same as like the payment number, installment, and capital. So what that does, it allows your form's author the ability to actually create and implement the functions that you've created in your client library, and to do these really dynamic types of things like an amortization schedule, or even a simple reusable like date function, without actually having to code it, right? And we're also setting a when condition that we're saying that when month is, populated, interest rate, and amount, all of these need to be populated in order to execute this function. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to actually go back to this loan end date function that was not populating. You see, I have that as disabled, but for the sake of the demo, I want to kind of quickly show you how you can actually leverage a function and create this functionality. So what I want to do is actually populate the loan end date into this loan end date field. So here you can see we have several conditions. These are all out of the box. So what I want to do is set value of this loan end date to a function output. So if I go here for my functions, you can see I can scroll down and I can say I want this final payment pay date function. So for the input here, it's the end date. I actually want the current date. So there's actually already a function in AEM that's out of the box that will give me that current date. See, get current date. And for the input here, I want a form object. So I'm just going to go back and I want it to be based on the loan months here. Okay. I'm going to select done. This one is disabled. This is the new one that we just created and enabled. I'm going to go ahead and put that in preview. All right, it's taking a minute to preview. Sorry about that. Here we go. Another loan value here. All right, and you can see now that last date is being populated. If I change that loan month, you can see it's changing according to how many loan months there that are selected here in this loan month toggle. Okay. All right. All right. So that's basically the end of my presentation. We'll have links to the AEM example project, and feel free to ask questions in the Q&A. For the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to Varun to go over AEM headless forms. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tony, for the wonderful demo and explaining how to use client libraries in adaptive forms. That was very helpful. Hello, everyone. My name is Varun, and I am a part of the AEM Forms team that is leading the Headless Forms initiative. So, the Headless Forms feature is currently not available on the Skyline. It will be available for a limited. It will be released for a limited set of partners and customers in the December release, and it will be backported to 6.5 in the next service pack. It's not the one that is releasing this year, but the first one that is going to release next year. So why headless adaptive forms? So basically, customer wants a solution where they can deliver their forms on multiple channels and provide a native and seamless experience in all those channels. So they want to increase their online presence for digital for multiple for the different digital channels like mobile native apps, a WhatsApp, or a chatbot, or any other spa application. They want to embed their forms on those applications. But the current approach that we have in Headful has some limitations, since it presents an HTML and it delivers the form in an HTML using an HTML, and that has its presentation, which disables the front-end developers to do modifications, and any modifications to that HTML has to be done at the AEM level itself. So with headless, with this headless implementation, we are targeting enabling organizations to create an omni-channel form rendition, which can be embedded in any of their existing applications, which could be a native mobile applications or a web portal, or maybe in future they have a chatbot where they can utilize that. And it also empowers developers to create beautiful data capture experiences by looking at the JSON and then rendering how and what they want to render from within the form. So what exactly do we mean by headless forms? So when we are saying that it's a channel agnostic representation, what that means is we are representing form purely in JSON, including all its behavior, uh, which also comprises the data, the structure of the data that it produces, the data that consumes, all the form validations and behaviors that may include the show height features and the calculations that Tony was showing earlier, maybe invoking a net FDM call or fetching data from any third-party services. So all those information is represented in the JSON. So we have come up, it is not encoded using JavaScript. We have come up with a different expression language, which we are calling as JSON Formula Expression Language, which is open source and developed by Adobe. We also have APIs which can help you list and deliver the forms in a either for headless or headful or any other channel as well. And then once you have the JSON delivered to the client application, a client application can choose any front-end tech stack to render that JSON and present that to their customers. We have out of the box JavaScript SDK to integrate with applications that are JavaScript based. We also have a library of React hooks that allows you to create React components easily. Now, so this is all about rendering the adaptive form on multiple channels. But what about the backend workflows? So the forms still contains all the details that are required to uh, invoke the form submission workflows, which may or may not include, which may include uh, generating a document of record or invoking Adobe Sign or even form AEM workflows. So all those applications that were supported by Adaptive Form earlier will still work with the headless as well. And we have exposed APIs for them so that you can utilize those APIs to invoke the form submission workflows. So how it works? So if you remember how the current adaptive form works is you have an AEM developer which developed core components in AEM, and then an AEM author that uses those core components and an editor to create a form. Then once that form gets published, it can be delivered as an HTML entity to the client applications, which actually prevents them to be used on various other channels. So now with the headless implementation, we have APIs that will deliver JSON rendition of the form, and any front-end developer which can understand the JSON can create a rendition which suitable for a React Native application or any other native mobile application as well, or a SPA application, single page, and even a WhatsApp chatbot. And finally, what happens is in each of the different applications, the data, they still have the ability to send the data back to AEM and invoke the backend workflows that were configured in the form. So let's see a demo how we can integrate a adaptive form in Gatsby application. So I'm hoping you have so the steps would are similar for any other static server website like Next.js or even a Create React app as well. We are considering Gatsby for this demo, but the steps are similar for any other framework as well. So we have a so okay, so we have a Gatsby application that currently is not integrated with Adaptive Form. It's not integrated with AEM. Let me get it up and then I'll show you how that looks like. Yeah. So you have this. So we have a weekend app, weekend form or weekend bank, sorry, and it has created this website. Now they wanted to, in their borrow page, they wanted to add a loan calculator so that their customers can come up and see the uh, EMIs or whether they should go with the weekend bank or not. So now, as a second step, they have created this form in AEM. I'm not going into the details of authoring because it remains the same. I can show you how to create a headless form, but after that, it's the process is all the same uh, uh, to create or add fields. So you go into the AEM. On the forms and documents page, then you click on create adaptive form, and once you have the adaptive form, the new wizard comes up and you select the template which says adaptive form with core components. You do not select any other, so only the one with the core components can be translated into a headless rendition right now. And then you select a theme and then click create, and then it gets created, and then you can drag and drop different fields. For example, you can have a text, and so the editing remains the same, but I'm not going into these details for this particular demo. I have also already created this form. So basically it's a calculator. Now let's see how that works in AEM. So let's say you have some, so it has certain validations as well. So you have to enter amount more than 2000, and then you have to mention the payment term, then you can select any form, and all the details are calculated and shown to the user. You show hide certain fields, and based on that you can change the auto calculate different fields. And finally you can see there is a I am interested, please contact me. You click on that, it makes a call to the server, and sorry, and if you'll have a look at it, it returns a link of the document of record that was generated because it was configured in the form. I'll just show you what that particular document was. So you can see that all the details that were filled are captured in the document. This used to work earlier in the headful rendition as well. So what's new here? So what we have is, now we cannot embed this particular form because it's a HTML rendition. It includes a lot of JavaScript within it. So what we have now here is a JSON rendition of this particular form. So we have APIs to list all the forms. So you can see all the forms that are listed. So this is the new my new form that I added just now is also visible. Now you can have the form that I was interested in was a loan calculator one, and this is the particular ID of that form, and using this ID I can fetch the form definition of this particular form. So this is the JSON rendition of the form. It shows you that there is a plain text, then there is a container. Okay, there is one more plain text, then there is a container where you have different fields, the amount to borrow, then you have the time, and so on. So all these fields are captured here, and you can have a look at the functions as well. So you basically we have this function which specifies how these fields are basically the values are calculated. the interest and the EMIs are calculated. So all that behavior is incorporated in this particular JSON. And you can have a show hide information as well. So for example, you had the button where the field was being shown. So I'm sorry, I'll just quickly go through that. So you have that button. So on the click of that button, we have specified, sorry, it's the button. Yeah, so basically in the click of the button, we have specified that make the visible property of an interest rate field to be true, otherwise it's false. So this is how it's working right now. So these rules, these expression language, the JSON formula that we are talking, it understands that and actually converts it, finally executes that in the browser and makes the form, adds the dynamicity to the form. So let's see how we can actually embed this form in our React, in this React-based Gatsby application. So if you remember, if you have any familiarity with Gatsby, so this is the page structure. This is the project structure. So you have a Gatsby config, Gatsby node, which are basically required for embedding any data from any third-party sources. So first is basically a config. So I'm just adding this config. Basically for this, we are requiring a .env, which allows you to set up basically in different environment variable file. So for example, if you have multiple environments, you can have a publish environment where you're fetching from publish. You have a localhost environment where you are fetching the localhost. So you set some API environment variables and then load them via. So this is a standard way to load these environment variables in Gatsby and is available in the Gatsby documentation. Then after that, what it requires is to fetch the form. You have to create a node, source node, if you remember. So source node are nothing but a JSON element, that JSON structure, which can be queried using GraphQL APIs. So it allows you to create those. Go ahead and copy the script that is present, that is required. Sorry for this. So basically what you have is you can you use node fetch instead of the fetch on the server side, and then you have you fetch the form using a URL. So all this particular URL is defined using environment variable. So you can have a look at this. So currently I'm on localhost. So you have a localhost as the API host, you have the API endpoint, which I was mentioning, and then you have the form ID. So it concatenates all of them and creates a API to fetch the form. So once that form is fetched, you can so once you fetch the node, you call the create node API with the data that you are interested in, and some mandatory fields as required by Gatsby, and one of them is the type that you define, and then for that particular type you have to define a schema definition, a GraphQL definition for that. So it's, in our case, this definition is basically a JSON scalar. So this definition, we are interested in the JSON scalar, so we just want the full JSON. We are not interested currently in filtering that. So that's how you get the data. And now how we can use that data to embed the form in a Gatsby page. So let's go to that particular page where we are interested in. So we'll go to that page. And then will import. So these imports are required. So you import use static query and GraphQL from Gatsby, and then you define a query. So your query would be, since the name of the type that you have defined as form JSON, and in that you are interested in the entire definition. So you define that query, and let's see how this works now. I'll just refresh the page. And oops. So it's loading, and you can see. So currently nothing is visible because we have just logged the data. So for now, if you look at the borrow page, what we have done is we have just logged the data, and then you can, if you go to the form definition in the console, you can see the form definition being rendered here. Has come up. Now we want to use this definition to render the form. For that, I'll just take you to the our headless SDK that we provide that helps you render this form easily, but it's completely optional. And for this demo, I'm going to use it. So you need to install certain dependencies. So I've already installed them in my application, so I'm not going to do that. So these dependencies you need to install project. Once that is implemented, you need to import a bunch of properties. So I'll do that. I'll show you how that can be done. So in the borrow page, what you do is you import these mappings. So import these dependencies. So I'll talk about these dependencies a little later. And then what you have is you have an adaptive form component, which basically allows you to, so the structure of the data would be data.formjson.definition, which we are interested in. So once we do that, it gets run, the errors have gone away, and you can go to the page. Sorry, it was, and you can see the form is getting loaded. Yeah, it's not looking perfect, but this is the rendition. So the functionality, you can see it's working exactly. You can the show hide and everything is working here as well, and then you can have a so basically, if you click on I'm interested, you can see that it tries to hit some API, but that this API is failing. So it's not submitting. The reason is because we need to define a proxy because of cross origin issues. So once we do that, we can actually submit this form back to AEM as well. So let's see how that can be done. So the problem here was I added it somewhere else. The form has to be rendered initially. So now the form is looking correct. So now how we can actually, so in the Gatsby config, we have to define a proxy, and it now Adobe proxy goes to our API host. So this is all these feature is provided by Gatsby. So now once you do that, we have to restart the server. It's still building. Yeah. So now if you can see, now if I click on I'm interested, the data and the network call will go through. You can see your network call has gone and you have received a response again. And if you'll click on that URL, you can see the PDF with the data that we have selected. Yeah. So this is how you can actually create the form, render it in your application, and then submit it. Now, I think the second thing I wanted to discuss is how you can customize those components. So don't have much time, so I'll not go into details about them. I'll just show you how easy that was to. So I'll just. So you can see a bunch of form components are existing. So you can see. So basically, what we have is for each form component, we have a bunch of props. So all those props are defined in our documentation uh, that is shared in the part of our presentation as well at the end of the presentation. So for example, for a text component, there are these two properties currently I'm interested in, but there are a bunch of other properties. So you have a value, you have a rich text. And similarly for a number input, there are other bunch of, so you have again label, you have value, you have description, and then all these properties that exist for number input. You can use that, and then you can create your component. So it's a normal React component that is you can create, you can use in your applications. If you know React, you can create that. And then to connect that to the form, what you need to do is you have to specify something called the mappings. So we have some mappings in our React component. So this is a library which provides some default mappings. And then if you want to override them, you need to override the type of field. So this is again part of the documentation that I'm talking about. You define the type of field, the name of the field, and the component to render that field. And once that is done, you define that, and in your page where you are embedding the adaptive form, you just click on that mappings, and then just update the mapping. So if you'll see now, the mappings are being loaded from the custom mappings that we have defined. Now if I render the form again, the different components will be used. Yeah, so you can see the component is a little different than the one that was provided earlier. So this is out, but you can see that the behavior has gone away. So this is where the React hook library that I was talking about comes into picture. So to enable that, what we have is we have a use rule engine hook, which is pretty trivial, easy to use. So you specify uh, you pass in all the props that you have received in the component, and then it returns the current state, the exact state that is defined using the rules and the events, the behavior that was mentioned in the JSON. As per that, it returns the exact state, and then you use that state instead of the initial props. So and the same thing you can do it in the text component. So I'll again I'll move to where I have already done these changes. So you can see this use rule engine. I'm looking at the state, and then you have the handler. So basically in handlers, you can specify, you can trigger certain events uh, so that the rule engine knows when the value has been changed. So for example, when a user is entering on the each key press, we are informing the rule engine that there has been a change. So now perform all the calculations and return me a new value. So that's all is going to happen with this line of code, dispatch change and the current value. And then the same thing you have to do it for the text. You do that, and let's see, I'll just fetch it. And then now if I'll you can see that the calculations are being performed. And so you can, and if you click on I'm interested, please contact me, because now we have the proxy. uh, it will be submitted to the uh, there is some issue, but yeah, if you click on that, it gets submitted to the AEM, and the same data you receive as you have received in uh, from the headful rendition as well. So this is all from my side. This is how you can actually embed the form in an AEM, outside of AEM, into your React applications. So these are the links. So basically we have a storybook and we have a form JSON definition. These links, you can have a look at all the properties that the JSON has in that JSON definition. And any questions that you may have, we can take it now.
Maroon, I see someone wants to share the links that I've just showed you just showed on the screen. I believe we'd be sharing those links out, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what I'll do about the client list that I created, I'll put that in a Git repo so that you can actually get access to that code later also.
So all the code that we have shown here for the Gatsby application will be available on GitHub as a sample as well. So you can have a look at it and see how you can integrate the form within your Gatsby application. Thanks everyone for joining. So since there are no more questions, I think we can call it a day.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thanks, Varun.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Bye.
Have a nice day,
You too.
everyone. Yeah.